Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Calgary Stampeders game day post. We are still in August. That border collie still seems a little too optimistic about things compared to strength of schedule, but here we are in week 11 for Friday, August 18th. The Calgary Stampeders will be back at home as they'll be hosting the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and I'm going to say it felt like the Calgary Stampeders took a couple steps back last week in BC when they lost 37-9 to the BC Lions after they won 20-7 against the Toronto Argonauts to start off August on the right note. But could the Calgary Stampeders have a little bit of a break for potentially an upset, as Drew Brown is starting at quarterback for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, because Zach Claros got hurt last week when Winnipeg was up in Edmonton. They won 38-29 after they were down 22-0. So Winnipeg might be still a little ripe for the taking at this point, but the Calgary Stampeders, once again, they need to stop taking penalties and get their offense going. And not too sure if they need to change the strategy and go long, because that's what Calgary has not done the last couple weeks. The Calgary Stampeders are 3-6 coming into this one, while the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, they are 7-2. So I'm still anticipating a mismatch, and hopefully this will not get ugly. But the weather is definitely ugly right now after we've had some hot weather the last few days. It's actually a little wet out there, and might anticipate a sloppy game, which might make it more of a ground game, which you got Brady Oliveira for Winnipeg, but Kadeem Carey and Dedrick Mills. Kadeem Carey did return to Calgary last week, so that could be something to look forward to in the offense, especially if it's a wet game. I'm a game time decision once again for this home game. It's still going off of a work week, and with the weather and how I'm feeling this week, might be sitting this one out, but we'll see in a couple hours, as I'm just recording this after work on Friday. Calgary's also got a couple familiar faces back in the lineup. Well, Marky Thable's a receiver, won't be in the lineup, as he just got plucked from the Toronto Argonauts after they released him. So he's on the practice roster. But Shaq is back for Calgary, as in Shaquille Richardson. And apparently he is going to be drawn in the lineup, as for Jonathan Moxey. So Shaq is back for the Calgary Stampeders, another former Argonaut, now coming back with the red and white. But I'm going to still say this game, I'm still anticipating potentially a mismatch. It could be ugly, given Winnipeg 7-2. Calgary is 3-6. But I was saying that a couple weeks ago against the Toronto Argonauts, and that turned out right. And last week was ugly, so I'm hoping Calgary Stampeders will be a little pissed off after last week when Winnipeg's won the last 4 games against Calgary. And I think the one last time we beat Winnipeg, that was the end of the year in 2021, when both teams knew their playoff fates, and it was essentially a glorified preseason game that Calgary pulled it off late in that game, I recall. So that was kind of a write-off game there. So that's the last time I remember the Calgary Stampeders winning against Winnipeg. They have had our number the last 4 games, and unless I could see something dramatically change tonight, just being realistic, I have to say this could be potentially an ugly game, but hopefully minimize it, but upsets could still happen. So anyway, so I say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, just make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I have my other social media links down in the description below. And for close out this game, You know, it's a sign of the times. And I'm getting old. I mean, you can see these grays coming in my hair. But the Calgary Stampeders, with this being Legacy Night, they're going to be celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Grey Cup team. And finally, we won that game over Hamilton, but in Winnipeg at the old, it was then named Winnipeg Stadium, Canadian Stadium. That is long knocked to the ground. So, yeah, sign of the times. We're celebrating the 25th anniversary of a Grey Cup team that I still fondly remember. And it was the second year I had full-time season tickets then, back in 1998. Wow. I guess you do the math, 2023. 1998, I guess it is 25 years. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.